Hey YouTube, this is Prometheus, guys, giving you more of the meta, and I want to talk about ways to be more efficient at kicking field goals. This is a question that I had from one of my commenters. He basically said, I'm keep missing 50-yard field goals, and what can you do to get a little bit better at it? This is something I don't normally post. These are strategies I normally don't post, but I want to go ahead and share with you things that I've labbed and what I know about kicking better field goals. So when it comes to making sure you hit field goals, there's basically 4 different things that you have to take in consideration so you're not whiffing field goals off to the left and the right. So these are things you want to look at to be more successful at your field goals. So the first thing you want to do is look at the ratings of your players that you're actually going to be using. I actually chose one of the worst field goal kickers in regs. This guy is kind of a backup to this kicker that's actually really good. But if you look at his kicking power, strength, and his accuracy, it's 89 opposed to where all the most of the kickers in regs are all in their 90s and stuff like that. This guy's 89, so he's got the weakest leg. So you have to understand what you're working with initially first before you do that. So if you're jumping into regs or you're using MUT cards, take a look at your kicking power, your kicking accuracy for each one of your players that you're actually using. Now, first and foremost, you want to know your distance. There should be a magic line that you should know that, okay, I can hit from that. Now, I always use a rule of thumb. If I have to win a game at the end of the game with a field goal, I always try to get inside the 30. If I get inside the 30, I know I can consistently kick a field goal. But you need to find out what your distance is. Can you hit something consistently at 35-yard line? Can you hit something consistently at the 40-yard line? So make sure you know your distance so you don't come up short, even if you get the full leg. So you can see in this situation, I came up a little bit short with a full power kick. And also you want to basically hit a field goal too if you don't get the full power. That's something you don't really want to do. Another thing you'll notice too is that if you push down on your stick when you're actually aiming for your field goal, I find that you get a little bit more length by doing that. So this is a good way to go ahead and get some more length on your field goals if you push down to the stick. If you push up, it actually gets a little bit more height and will come up a little bit short, but pushing down. Now, when you're actually playing on the hashes, what you want to do is you want to go ahead and think of it as a clock, and basically you've got your you got your 1, you got your 2, you got your 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What I like to do is I like to look at my 5s and 7s depending on the hashes. So if I'm on this hash, I'm going to go ahead and hit the 5. That's where I'm going to actually go ahead and put my stick when I'm aiming, because I want to kind of get in the center of that area. And if I'm on the other hash, I want to go ahead and hit on the 7. So that's a little trick when it comes to aiming, and if you're on the hashes of the field goals, you get a little bit more accuracy that way. So I push down and then actually push down to the number, either 5 or 7s, to basically hit that, and push down to the stick to make sure I get the length, and try to go ahead and hit it all together. So one other thing too, when I was labbing this, I was basically figuring out how I can time this little thing that kind of goes back and forth. So what I like to do is basically I'll pick a side that I'm going to use as my timing, and when this thing swings in, what I want to do is I want to go ahead and hit the button right here when it starts swinging back, because what's going to happen is when you actually hit it, it's going to get more inside the box. So you want to click before you get into the zone. Don't click at the zone, but click before the zone, and you'll be a little bit more accurate of getting it into the zone for kicking field goals. So just pick a side that you want to use as your marker, and then from there you go ahead and click. And actually what's going to happen is you're going to be able to get the ball in the end zone, or get the ball through the field goal pylons a lot better. But make sure that you've got your stick pushed down so you can get a little more length on that. So these are things that I've actually picked up labbing. These are things that help you get more field goals and win more games, especially if you're struggling with it. But I think the most important thing is just going into the lab and actually labbing this out and just understanding your distances and getting the pattern down. So once again, thank you for your support, guys. Until next time.